Welcome to Optimistic Insight. This world we create is not always the reality that we deserve. Do you feel like sometimes you suffer from anxiety, physical pain, ailments, and even emotional imbalance? Maybe it's just the reality that you've created from your internal dialogue. Every day we write the story to our life, but we never ask ourselves what is the context of the words we are using? What do these words even mean internally to us, and how are they settled into the tone for my story? Well, it could just take a different point of perspective to gain another insight into what these words actually create for us. Welcome to Optimistic Insight. Good morning, Grand Rising, and Great Awakening. Welcome to Optimistic Insight, where we take these words that we shift and resonate out frequently, and we take a closer look and a wider lens at the sight of our mystic. Now, today, we're going to look at a word that I personally love. It's called challenge. Now, when we look at challenge, we think of conflict, we think of obstacles, some may think of growth. It's like, what and how do we relate to challenge? And can we see all of the challenge in all of the ways? Challenge. We look at the all that sits in the middle of this and standing before us and lifting us up as a foundation are all the obstacles we have and ever will experience. Each of these obstacles consistently requires not that we try, but that we put forth all that we are in that moment to overcome them and create what will be from what is. Challenges test us in the moment and change us all for the better. It's about how much of you that you put forth, which determines all that you retain. So when we look at this all that is in challenge, I personally love challenge. I need it. It's something that I thrive for. The challenge I see is in all, and some may feel like I am more skeptic and I am more challenging, and that makes me more stern, and I acquire all of these abilities within my reputation. But in this sense of challenge, it's like, why can't we look at all all of the facets, all of the aspects, all of the perspectives, and all of these opportunities that are there? So today, the story that I have is all the way through, because when we look at the word through, we look at and you can see the rough that's in it. Going through something is rough. But if we go halfway through, that's when we become defeated. When we try to go through it, we act with that failed intent. But what is going all the way through it? We see the beginning and the end of this is all rough. The path least traveled is always most fruitful. I mean, if no one has traveled that road, doesn't it have the most potential for growth and nourishment for you? What comes with this path, though, can be the very thing that keeps most from traveling it: the condition of the path, an unclear view, and most of all, the risk of your time and energy into the unknown. We are most inclined to go in the direction of where we can see, but this keeps us in the realm of the no, following others' preconceived ideas, past knowledge, and building off that. It's all a path with the least resistance. When we choose the other path, this is where we begin to experience challenges that allow us to become the person we never knew existed until we reach the end. Most times than not, we're driven by success and results. So we follow a goal we've set for ourselves into the future and find a system that's worked for someone that has achieved these results that we desire, and we follow that through to reach our goal and call it ours. But is that truly the path that has created a newly developed intellect of yourself? Following a new and unknown path requires an all in mentality of risk without reward. It's putting it all on the line to overcome obstacles that have yet to be seen, predicted, or accounted for, so that you can acquire not only the set out goal of your direction, but the newfound fruits of labor of that new path. Setting up this mindset doesn't come easy because there's a missing sense of value that we don't have from beginning, being that we just can't see the end or that set path that's ahead. There's a newfound faith that is required for you to put yourself in the middle of it to see through. And this is where true challenge forges an undiscovered part of self from your potentiality that we may never have experienced. Anything worth having isn't going to come easy. So we have to work towards building value within the gained experiences rather than the outcome of reaching the established goal. Finding value in your drive towards a goal is what maintains your direction, which is an applied discipline. But it is the process of solving the challenges, in attaining the fruits along the journey that nourish our being to value the newly found perspective. So, the question I would ask you to open up the mystic sight of your optimistic insight would be, what most powers you, conflict or solution? Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Optimistic Insight. I trust that these words have created new ways for you to utilize them and the emotions attached to them, opening up our perception on the way these words are viewed and processed daily can be the optimistic insight we need to create more fluid state of being.